Hi everybody, I'm Dawn. I'm your astrologer. I'm here to talk to you about the new moon in Gemini, which occurs on June the 10th. This new moon is also the second eclipse of our eclipse season. We had a total lunar eclipse full moon in Sagittarius in May, and now we're experiencing an annular solar eclipse during this new moon. What makes this annular is that during the time of this new moon and this eclipse, the moon is at a great enough distance from the earth that it will not cover the entire sun, yet it will fit exactly in the center of the sun, and the sun creates a ring of fire effect, and that is why it's an annular eclipse. It does hold a lot of the same energy as the full moon lunar eclipse that we had, and that eclipses always remove something from our lives. They are there to eclipse something that no longer serves us. This is strong Gemini energy. Mercury is in its home sign of Gemini. The sun and the moon are at 19 degrees. Mercury's at 20 degrees. And so with this new moon being at the inferior conjunction point of the sun and Mercury, this is what marks the midpoint of the Mercury retrograde. So Gemini characteristics are: who am I? What do I think, and how do I communicate that with others? And this is a very strong energy that is emanating right now, especially at the midpoint of this retrograde cycle with Mercury in his home sign of Gemini. This is air energy. It is thought, it is intellect, it is putting our ideas into our verbal communication with others, or at least communicate them in some way. We can communicate them in ways other than speaking. We can do this artistically with music, with writing, with painting. There are lots of ways to express your ideas other than verbally using the words. A lot of Geminis make great writers, an ebook, anything that really is an outlet for the ideas that you want to share with others as a form of your creative gifts is highly, highly supported during this time. Now, this is the second eclipse, and this happens on the Gemini Sagittarius axis. That's the axis of energy that our eclipse season is occurring in. This was initiated May of 2020 when the North Node of Destiny moved into Gemini. And so with the North Node of Destiny hanging out close by this new moon at 10 degrees of Gemini, there is an undertone of karma here. This is a wonderful time to release the karmic programming and conditioning of our thoughts, of our beliefs, and release them in a way that we can set new intentions to think about things in a different way. With Mercury in retrograde, it's a wonderful time to re-examine our beliefs, to re-examine our thought processes, our ideas, and our communications, and revisit them, revamp them. And so we may have some people from the past come up during this time, as we do with every Mercury retrograde, but these will be centered around our connections and communications with others. Perhaps others from our past will come up that we have previously had some collaborative ideas and some connections with in terms of what we want to create. And maybe we discounted those, and now we're getting a chance to kind of revisit that and see if there is a new way to move through those ideas or those connections or those plans and collaborations. How can we communicate in a way that perhaps something that we thought was the past can now come back to life in a very positive way, in a very different way, from looking at it from a different perspective. So those are all themes surrounding this Gemini new moon, the eclipse, and the Mercury retrograde season. Now, this energy of the eclipse is similar to the lunar full moon total eclipse because they both connected with Neptune. During this new moon, the sun and the moon will be squaring Neptune at 23 degrees of Pisces. And with the North Node of Destiny at play here, it's really important to be very aware, keenly aware of that Neptune energy. Neptune rules Pisces, which rules the 12th house, the spiritual realm, the dream world, the vast array of endless possibilities of divine inspiration. This has every possibility to be a highly spiritually supportive energy to challenge us to connect with the higher version of our spiritual selves. It also has the propensity for escapism because Pisces is the realm beyond the physical, beyond reality. And so, any way to escape our minds and escape the thoughts that are almost frenetic in us at times with this very mercurial Gemini energy and the thoughts and connections from the past flooding in. Some of us may have that desire to check out, to not think about it so much. So we want to have a keen awareness of our intentions, of our actions, and where we put that energy, especially because during this new moon solar eclipse, Jupiter, our planet of expansion, is unaspected. And so when Jupiter is unaspected like this, it has the ability to expand the energy in either way, the highest vibration or the lowest vibration, the connecting to source energy and unconditional love, or the escapism from our minds through anything that takes us out of the physical realm. And so it's important to keep that in mind as we set those intentions and as we put action behind our thoughts during this energy, because when you have an eclipse, the energy is supercharged and it plays out for much longer. Whatever we initiate now, whatever seeds we plant now, have a much larger possibility of growing, of coming to fruition, and this unfolds for much longer. This energy plays out over the next 6 months. Because it is an eclipse new moon. And so we want to be very mindful of what we choose and where we're vibrating. So just just something to think of, just something to be aware of, especially when you're talking about Jupiter. Jupiter does ultimately always bring blessings, but we can certainly choose the softer, easier way with this one. Also, when we're talking about our actions, the day after this new moon, Mars, our planet of action, moves into the sign of Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. It is our life force energy and how we put action into expressing who we are. And so we will be able to do that much more appropriately, much more focused, and in a much more beneficial way if we're very aware of where we are setting our intentions and where we are putting our energy during this new moon. So this is an exciting time to operate on this axis of karma, really. We have the North Node of Destiny at play. The South Node in Sagittarius is there also as a reminder that perhaps we don't know all the answers. So if North Node in Gemini is being the student and exploring and learning and mastering all of the programs and the courses and the studies that we are interested in so that we can become a better version of ourselves. Sagittarius is the teacher. It is the sign that has studied all these things and has developed their idea of the answers, their opinion. And so with the South Node in Sagittarius, even though our opinions may be educated and we have probably done a lot of work to reach those opinions and ideas, this is a time where the future and karma and destiny are at play. So it behooves us to allow ourselves the gift of opening our minds to doing things differently, to realizing that perhaps we do not know all the answers, and what we've always thought was our ultimate truth is now subject to revision. And with that comes great possibility of growing things that are unimaginable as we set those intentions and move forward during this beautiful, highly charged solar eclipse. And so I wanted to step on here and give you some of the overviews of the energies that are playing out during this new moon. and wish you many new moon blessings. Set those intentions big. They have a big energy for it to unfold in over a great length of time. And so this is a wonderful manifesting power to really use the ideas that make you individually who you are and to put those into your future and what you would like to create based on those ideas. If you would like to subscribe to our channel, please hit the subscribe and like button so that you'll get notifications when we release new content. You can also download the Astromatrix app so you can take a look at where Gemini is in your chart and the area that this new moon and the North Node of Destiny is targeting, so you can be more pinpoint and focused on that intention setting. Thank you so much.